love this hard. It's tearing worlds apart. I never told the moon anything about me and you. And I know I gotta keep on breathing, but you know it's really hard when I'm dreaming about me and you and everything that we can do. Are you gonna be on that side now? Tell me, baby, please, are you gonna stick around? 'Cause all my time's for you. Tell me that you want me to. I've been looking at you from across you. And all these lights are dim compared to you. I've been falling, 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 falling. And keep me coming, 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 coming. And every day and every way, I promise I feel the same. 'Cause all of you more than any other words can say.
Plenty of things that Gen G have in their wheelhouse to pick up here. Instead, it's going to be a Cassiopeia. I kind of like this. Denying some Vault Breakers, denying some of the slices and dices.
Also feels like it does, it kind of assume a Rise pick here for Vikla and makes it so that it's very difficult for him to make that choice. And he may just be piling the victor himself here. It works really well with Ashe Seraphine because of the slows from the gravity field. You know what? These days, it's just like, nah, if I'm good at Akali, I'm just going to pick Akali in any situation. It doesn't matter. That's kind of the meta right now.
In the LCK Cup, he was able to get a solo kill against Chovy. Not in this matchup, but with Akali. So let's see whether Chovy is going to be able to find it here. I do feel like the Akali may have a difficult time. She does tend to like to dash around and stuff. All right, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for game number 1. And already, Kellen taking a large chunk of his damage.
With the lethal tempo on Ashe level 1, after the initial burst comes through from Ruler, you can win those trades. The heal will be used for the chase here.
Yeah, Ruler and Dura actually holding on to theirs, for now at least. As Kellen is going to miss some buttons. This might be a go button for Ruler and Dura to go in. Remember, they still have, never mind, they used the heal earlier on to chase them down.
And then the Azir for Chovy, it scales all the time. As Raptor's going to look for a gank here on Chovy.
Yeah, Miasma should be able to stop him from having a good time. And yeah, just walks around it. Beautifully played.
In the river for this rotating canyon.
Yeah, Taeun actually taking a lot of damage. There's the beat drop. Flash out from Taeun. And Canyon knew that he was on vision, but also knew that there was nothing they could do about it as Chovy finds another one as the Twin Fang. He wanted to flash for that so bad.
There it is.
Yep. Level 6 going to be collected here for Kellen, who just moves further up. There is the Encore already. They go for the Duro timing as the arrow is going to connect onto Ruler. Does have the Cozy Campfire there to stand under, but you can see looking worse for wear right now. Taeun taking some damage. Raptor looking to try and finish them off, and there are some low health bars as Gen G looks to try and limp their way out. Oh, that is a fantastic fire kick as the sidestep does come in, but there is the barrier having to be used. Duro there with the shield as well, as Ruler is in a lot of trouble. The flash forward from Raptor, and he's able to keep himself alive as well with the help of Kellen. First blood over to BNK PRX as Canyon.
Really good sidestep there from Raptor, and he gets the follow-up here. Waits for the barrier to go down before he applies that damage, then goes in for the flash kill. As it looks like in the top lane, Clear should escape the gank.
Yeah, he's able to get himself out of there.
So it's better to just swap like this when you have a tank top lane. BNK will get the second dragon I was talking about. Vikla looks for an all-in.
Yeah, looking for a bit of an angle here, but Chovy, Petrifying Gaze comes down. There is a fair bit of poisoning onto Vikla, who uses the perfect execution just to escape. You're not going to quite be in that bottom lane, but I think that the extra boost that you do get has now worn off, as now Ruler is in a lot of trouble. Hit by almost the kitchen sink as he flashes away just in the nick of time with the help of Duro.
And I think that's well worth it here for BNK. They were setting up for this for so long. Now looking for a gank though into Kellen.
Yeah, now Ruler is going well and truly all in. Gets himself the shield from the barrier though to try and keep himself alive. Canyon not wanting to stand in front of everyone.
Resources. They're going to commit the TP for Kiin. They want to contest this.
Yeah, and he's got ulti, so I don't know whether BNK can really do too much about this. Clear can teleport in if he would like, but look at this. This is what Kiin does, by the way, in the mid game. He just stands in front of people. And And there's cease and desist trying to get into the backline. The arrow is going to fly in as well, but Raptor is just dead because Kiin stops anyone from doing anything. Clear is going to be able to make his way forward as Kellen is in the Cataclysm, and the culling is going to eat him up. Now Canyon in a little bit of trouble as there's a big Renekton after him. He will be able to take down the Jarvan, but now Ruler is free hitting. The flash in from Clear does nothing at all, and now Vikler and Taeyeon are looking to try and escape the wrath of Kiin. And on the Miasma, nowhere for this Ashe to go, and didn't have flash anyway, so he wasn't escaping.
Say
and
goodbye.
Down goes Taeyeon. A Lord Doms or something to cut down some of the armor. It's going to be really problematic as now the train comes on in, does crash this time around as he looks for Taeyeon. Doesn't quite get there. The beat is going to drop. And Genji, bit of a failed engage.
As they kind of arrowed somewhat randomly there, it felt like after the initial salvo, Vikla's not in a good spot.
Yeah, he's going to get fire kicked almost out of his shroud as he looks to backflip away. Not quite going to work here as the Drake is going to get started. The Renekton is still in the top lane though. It's just going to be a really difficult time as Chovy is just going to teleport towards the bottom lane, looking to try and lock down Clear here. The train is going to come on through, and that is a bit of extra damage towards Clear. Chovy just sprints over though, and Noxious Blast needs to be avoided. There's the Petrifying Gaze, doesn't get stunned up, and now Raptor's going to make his way in. The arrow is going to come through and interrupt a Q that was never going to land, as Clear is still trying to keep himself alive, but it's not going to work. Down goes the Crocodile, and Raptor's like, well, I mean, we tried. To try and choke them out of vision and grab a pick, grab a Baron, win the game. 1.5 minutes on the Infernal Soul as well, as Vikla with some fancy footwork to try and escape here. But Canyon, he's going to move on over, and the escape is on as Vikla might be able to get out of this, but it's just not really going to be enough. Kiin's the one that locks down the kill, and that could be the sign to go towards Baron. Shall we, BNK Fearex? Because that ain't it. Arrow is going to sail on in, but just goes past the Baron. And now Raptor is very, very dead. Ruler gets on over the wall as Clear with the teleport in. Kind of regrets it, but does have the big old shield to keep himself alive. Taeyeon and Kellen do not have the ability to secure that, but I don't even think Canyon needed his smite. As now Chovy looking for an angle here. Noxious Blast going to connect. Fire Kick is going to try and push him away, but another one is going to land. These Twin Fangs doing so much work. The Cataclysm will come down, and that allows Chovy to grab that kill. Now with their Baron, they're able to rip through this turret, as Kiin is just a demolition man on this Scion. 8 seconds until he has the ulti up, and we've seen this play before. 3 seconds. As he has flash, he's going to use it to get himself out of here. Does have the good old shield, and Dura comes on over to make sure that he doesn't even have to ult, ladies and gentlemen.
When I asked if he could kill him, I was kidding, of course.
Yeah. Oh dear, that's just not
he
very
took like
fair, is it?
4 turret shots, I think, as well.
Yeah.
On the inner.
Well, Canyon looking for a fight instead of anything else. Kiin is still like meandering back down here, doesn't have teleport. As Raptor, not sure about that play, as Ruler is going to be able to get on top of him. Cease and desist is more of a question rather than an ability in that situation, as there's Ruler dashing forward. Not sure about that one, but actually he is. Taeyeon looking for the angle here as he will be able to take down Duro before inevitably dying. And Clear, he just respawned. Who's a fight like that? Genji will just never let you back in. And it just feels so frustrating. As now, yeah,
trying to kill Scion again.
He only went 1 stop there as well. Like, he barely even traveled. Just gets himself out of the way. That is going to mitigate any sort of cross-play there away from Genji. As Canyon looks to try and turn that arrow into an engage. Culling is going to get interrupted by Raptor, as now Ruler trying to keep himself alive. Clear gets on top of him, but Ruler has so much support. It is going to be Vikla that shuts him down in the end, but Canyon turns up. It's a triple for Chovy. This guy's Cassiopeia was left alone and will now just sap all of the health bars of BNK Fearex as he collects himself the quadra kill. And Raptor is going to try and deny the penta, but he will not be able to deny the game.
No. And I don't think Chovy will be able to take him out here, but ultimately the game is over, and that's the most important thing.
Oh, wait a second.
He's teasing it. He's teasing it.
In he goes. And there's another ult from Kiin. I'm amazed that he managed to have that one back up. Pentakill! Wow, it was so delayed. But Chovy is going to pick it up. That's back-to-back pentakills. Yes. Thanks, Gillette. Really managing to get on the screen here over the last couple of days, as BNK Fearex will crumble to the might of Genji. It really does feel like they're back.